Hey guys, welcome to LeatherUp.com. In front of me I have the Arai helmet line, and today I'd like to show you how to freshen your helmet back up. Make it feel like new again, clean it up. You've had a summer on the thing, it's kind of got that odor like you had a summer on that thing, so we want to make sure that you know how to tear apart the helmet, clean it, and reinstall everything that you need to. So we're going to start with the visor. Obviously it's easy enough to get that out of the way. That we're going to bring up, it's going to release the two pins to remove the visor. So we want to click those guys up and get them out of the way. And then we're just going to remove the visor off of the helmet. So I'm going to set that over here for right now. And now it gives us a nice open eye port that we can use to hold on to the helmet. So we're going to use Arai's built-in emergency cheek pad release system to help get these things out of the way. Now on the inside of the helmet, you're going to locate two orange straps. And like on this one, you can see they are kind of tucked back in behind the neck roll. So don't be alarmed if you don't see them in there. The Vector 2 is actually the only helmet that does not have those on there. So if you've got the Core 5, the Signet Q, or the RX-Q, you're going to have those guys in there. So look for those, locate them. There's a real easy orange tab at the front that identifies that the helmet does have them. So earlier model helmets may not. Please look for those orange tabs first before you start pulling on everything. Otherwise, it will still come out. It's a fully removable, washable liner. You're just going to have to remove it a different way. Grab it from the top and pull it out. So we're going to grab these tabs. We're going to pull them. And what that's going to do is now release the cheek pads. Now, it's going to give you a lot of open liner here that's going to come out away from the helmet. The lower part of the neck roll is actually tucked in to the back side of the cheek pad. So we want to locate that little plastic tab, and we want to remove that. Here's that plastic tab, and it fits right back in the back side of this. So keep that in mind, so when you go to reinstall it, you can put that guy back in. So cheek pad then just slides right out. It makes it very easy to get out. If it feels like it doesn't want to come out, you can feel back in the back side of the pocket, of the ear pocket. It kind of clips in back there. A lot of times that'll be the part that stays. When you pull on it, it'll usually release it at the front part of the cheek, but it wants to stay back there. Just keep that in mind. If it doesn't feel like it's coming, just get a finger in behind there and kind of work it out. So now we're going to go ahead and take the other side out as well. Okay, so now I have the cheek pads out. My neck curtain is loose. And I can go into the top liner. Top liner is very basic. There's 4 snaps on the top liner. We're going to unsnap all those guys. And then we're going to pull the top liner out of the helmet. So now you have basically all of your pads out that are really going to get dirty. Neck roll can get dirty, and you can remove the neck roll as well if you'd like to pull that out. It's got a little bit more involved with it, so it fits up in behind the EPS liner a little bit. So unless you're really going to take the time to really work with it, this guy can usually just be hand washed and let set out to dry with the helmet itself. Try not to let the helmet sit out in direct sunlight. Obviously that's not going to be great for it, so we want to keep that out of sunlight. So once you get these guys out, very easy. There is an EPS liner on the back of this, don't be alarmed. The foam and everything can go in the wash. We want to make sure that everything's clean. This foam is going to trap a lot of the materials that are behind the outer liner, so we want to make sure we can wash this as well. So you've got everything out. I recommend mild dishwashing detergent. I recommend that for the entire helmet. There's a lot of different brands of helmet cleaners out there, Plexus, a couple other guys, and I don't recommend using them. They do a phenomenal job of cleaning the helmet. They leave behind a little layer of wax, and what happens is it actually gets down in behind the diffusers on any helmet, and after time, the chemicals that are in that cleaner will start to work on the tape that's on the back side of those diffusers, and after time, if you use that product a lot, you're going to have those diffusers starting to lift. On any brand helmet, that doesn't matter. They're all taped on that way, so that Plexus and different materials like that, just keep in mind the chemicals will get after it, so I do recommend just using a mild dishwashing detergent on the outside of the helmet, as well as the liner. So we're going to flip the liner inside out. You're going to want to go ahead and just basically just get it wet in the sink, hands on it, clean it all up. Don't worry about pulling padding or anything out of it. Once you've got it clean with that dishwashing detergent, same on the cheek pads. You don't necessarily need to pull this part off, but I do want to just show you the bottom side of it. So you have a few layers of foam in here. We want to make sure those guys are all getting wet as well. Pull that little cover back down over it. Like I said, you can go ahead and leave those on. You don't necessarily need to take them off. Wipe them all down. Set them outside and let them go ahead and air dry. Once they're dry, we're going to reinstall them in the helmet. So how do we want to do that? We're going to start with the top liner first. because that part we want to just get in there and make sure it's dialed in. We want to get the chin strap out of the way. We're going to feed this guy through exactly the way it came out and locate our 4 snaps. Once we've got those guys locked back in place and located, just give them a quick little push. You'll hear them pop in there. And once they're popped in, the top liner is now installed. I don't need to mess with the top liner anymore. It's good to go. So now I'm going to do the cheek pads. On the back of the Arai cheek pads, it actually has the size of the cheek pad. Same with the top liner, it has the size. So if you've had your helmet for a while, you want to really freshen it up, we do sell these cheek pads and top liners separate. So all you got to do is remove them. Look, okay, this is a size small helmet. It uses a 30 millimeter cheek pad. I can go ahead and reorder new cheek pads, new top liner, and reinstall those back into the helmet. You should have a brand new fit at that point. These are going to be brand new, so everything's going to be comfortable. It's going to go back in the helmet nicely, and it's going to be, just like the day you bought it. So cheek pads, we want to identify the right side cheek pad. It needs to go in the right side of the helmet. So what we're going to do is we're going to run the chin strap first through the cheek pad. And we want to get that guy down in there. Then we're going to locate our plastic tab that we removed at the beginning. And go ahead and get that back into the back side of the cheek pad. Now there's a little wrap on the bottom there. It looks like a leather wrap. That's where we want that piece to clip back into. So basically the cheek pad is reinstalled at this point. Now I just need to clip it in. So what you're going to do is start. There's a plastic tab that holds the neck roll as well. Make sure when you get that, that's going to go ahead and slide back up in behind the chin, on the interior of the chin bar there. Get that guy slid back in there. You're going to pull the nose or the front side out away from the helmet. Tuck the back side into the ear pocket. So now my back side of the cheek pad is actually located in the ear pocket. And then I'm just going to click the front part in. Once it clicks, you'll hear it. You'll feel it click in there. Once it clicks, give the chin strap a little pull because there's going to be a cover over the top of the chin strap. You just want to make sure that that's pulled out and not balled up behind the cheek pad, forcing the cheek pad out onto you. Okay, and we're just going to go ahead and basically do the same thing on the other side of the helmet. It's really easy when you're looking at these cheek pads to figure out how they go. Arai has identified the front corner of the cheek pad here with black, and that's going to be down at the bottom part of your cheek. So that kind of finishes your eye port. So just keep that in mind when you're going to reinstall these, that needs to be set up forward. You're going to run the D-rings back through the slot available for the D-rings, making sure that you get that cover that's over those D-rings as well. You're going to reinstall the plastic tab to the back of the cheek pad. Now what I like to do on the inside when I go to put these back in is kind of pull these orange tabs out of the way, the big one. Pull it out because you want to get that thing out away from the helmet because you don't want it to be back in behind the cheek pad in the event of an accident or you've got an EMT trying to work on this thing. You want them to see that and locate it and then be able to work with it. So I try to hold those orange straps out and make sure once I get them reinstalled that they are available for anybody trying to get to them. So, got the plastic tab is relocated, D-rings pulled through, and again, we're going to start with the back corner, locating that in the ear pocket, and then just clicking the front in, pulling my D-rings back out, locating my orange emergency release system, and I'm done with the interior of the helmet now at this point. I can go ahead and clean the shield. Same thing, mild dishwashing detergent on the shield as well. It works great, gets the bugs off. Sometimes you need to use a little bit more harsher chemical. Some of those bugs just get pretty stubborn, don't want to come off. You can go ahead and do that. I recommend doing it off of the helmet just so those chemicals don't get to the EPS liner inside. And once you've got it clean, ready to go, reinstall that guy, lift it back up, make sure your locating tabs pop back up, you're good to go. And that's how you clean the interior of an Arai helmet. Thanks for watching and have a great day.